used or repossessed car, Automart na yan. Oftentimes, pag naghahanap ng 7-seater SUV ang mga tao, hanap rin nila ay isang reliable option. Kaya hindi nakakapagtaka kung usually ang mga Japanese brands ang pinupuntahan and ayaw nila mag-venture masyado sa ibang brands. But this brand right here is sure to be one of the most reliable out there. Featuring the 2022 Isuzu MU-X 4x2 LSE. Tara, tingnan natin to. Start muna tayo sa pangalan ng kotseng ito. Alam niyo ba na ang talagang tawag dito ay MU-X at hindi MU-X? Pero for the sake of everyone knowing, tawagin na lang natin MU-X. Mas kilala naman siya being that. In fact, yung predecessor nito, yung Isuzu Altera, is called the MU-7. Anyway, now when we see the Isuzu badge, alam natin agad na this is a very reliable car, this is a very reliable brand, and especially for their diesel engines, talagang subok na ang tibay nito. But usually, pag Isuzu, medyo truck-like ang feel, but not with this one. Tingnan mo naman yung itsura niya sa labas. It's a very refined look. Isuzu even has this grille na ang tawag na dito ay workhorse flow grille. At napakaganda niya, napakaraming chrome all around it. It even has these sharp angles towards the side that makes it look like a cobra fang. Now, the lights on the side, they are LEDs. Tapos they also have the signature arrow DRLs, as Isuzu would call it. And even your fog lights down below, they are also made out of LEDs. When you look at the side of the MU-X naman, yung styling niya, it's not too over the top. There's not that much lines over here, but you have one entire line that runs all across the car. Tapos meron ka pang these accents down below. May stepboard ka rin and a roof rail. Medyo prerequisite na yan ngayon. Pero ang pinakagusto ko dito sa MU-X is for the longest time kasi yung Ford Everest lang sa class niya ang may 20-inch rims. Tapos magically nagawa pa nilang hindi matagtag. But they actually did the same with the MU-X. So this trim right here and the trim above it, the 4x4 version of this also gets 20-inch rims. One thing a lot of auto manufacturers have been doing lately is ginagawa nilang sloping yung roofline. Yes, sure, maganda tingnan yun, pero unfortunately, kinakain ng headroom mo sa loob. But not with this one. They were able to find the best compromise. So kahit na yung roofline mo mukhang sloping siya dahil sa shape ng mga windows mo, in fact, it's not really a sloping roofline and you still have amazing headroom inside. That's the magic that Isuzu did with their MU-X. Isa pang maganda dito sa Isuzu MU-X na to, Isuzu is one of those few manufacturers who's decided to go with the newer generation style of styling dito sa likod. So mapapansin mo, wala na yung chrome strip or isang black strip towards the middle. They just decided to spell out Isuzu for you. Very similar to what Lexus and Maxus has been doing. Siyempre, nandito pa rin ang obligatory badges mo like your MU-X badge. And the styling here, it's more on the aggressive side. Even your LED taillights, medyo blackened siya, so there's a slight tint to it. Other things back here, you have a reverse camera and also reversing sensors. You also have a power tailgate na syempre medyo mabagal as usual. Pero pagbukas mo, you're looking at over 1,100 liters of space. Pwede mo na akit yung mga rear seats na yan, carry 7 people, still not bad for its class. So under the engine bay, you have this 3-liter turbocharged diesel engine making 190 horsepower and 450 Newton meters of torque. This engine is actually a carryover from the previous MU-X, pero they did modify it a little bit, so you do get a little bit more power. All I can say is it's a very, very refined engine and hindi siya hirap at any given point in time. Pag pumasok ka sa loob ng MU-X, magugulat ka dahil once again, hindi mo i-expect na Isuzu to. Napakaganda ng interior mo, napakaganda ng leather mo. It's all very soft and supple. In fact, the leather you have inside the MU-X, in terms of feel, very similar na siya to a lot of European car brands. So that's always plus points for a car. Steering wheel mo rin, napakalambot niya, and the leather is really, really smooth. What's more, pag maikli ang braso mo, yung steering wheel is tilt and telescoping, so pwede makabaan, ilapit mo pa towards you. Instrument cluster mo, small screen lang yung nasa gitna, and the gauges on the side, they're a bit on the outdated looking side, so it's not really the most modern looking, pero okay lang yan dahil nababawi yan ng center screen na to, which is a 10.1-inch touchscreen na sobrang responsive. And you even have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a 15-band equalizer. So yung mga mahilig dyan mag-sounds, you'll be very happy with the Isuzu MU-X. Pagdating naman sa mga cubby spaces mo, napakarami rin with the MU-X. So here, there's a place to put your phone. You get 2 tiny cup holders nga lang. And dito on either side, just like what you've had with the Fortuner for a long time, may cup holders. Then dito sa pinto, may jug holder din na napakalaki. Again, very similar to a Fortuner. I don't know why. Meron ka rin itong cubby dito, parang double glove box mo, and your main glove box. Plus, finally, you can also raise this up, which gets you another tiny cubby over there. In terms of safety features naman, meron kayong typical na assistance, including adaptive cruise control, autonomous emergency braking, lane departure warning, blind spot monitoring, all that. And you also have turn assist. So, pag nag-turn ka sa intersection, kung may parating na kotse, madedetect pa rin yung sensors. Amazing. You also get 7 airbags with this car. For other nice amenities, not only do you have a dual zone climate control, but you also have buttons over here for your stability control and your hill descent control. Additionally, meron ka lang electronic parking brake and auto hold. What I'm not a big fan of is that here in the center, punong-puno siya ng piano black. So although maganda siya tingnan, and scratch magnet siya. So make sure mo wala kang sing-sing or hindi mahaba ang kuko mo kasi dahil baka magasgas mo to. Dito naman sa second row, kapag hindi ikaw on the drive and you're being chauffeured around, that's fine too. In fact, it's great. Why? Number one, leather mo is just as soft and supple as the front, so they are also very comfortable to the touch. And even pag naka-shorts ka, masarap to sa balat. You can also recline these seats, which make them really, really comfortable. And ang layo ng recline, you'll be easily falling asleep back here. And you even get your own armrest, which is really, really thick with 2 cup holders over here. For other toys, pwede mo adjust yung fan speed mo sa taas, may dome light ka, dami mo rin charging ports with this one. So, meron ka ng dalawang USB, meron ka pa nitong 12-volt outlet para kahit wala kang USB, saksak mo lang dyan. May map pockets ka rin on either side and a bag hook on the driver door. Your legroom is really good as well as headroom. Tapos yung feet space mo, pwede ka rin mag-lounge ganito at pasok mo yung paa mo dyan sa ilalim for extra space. Kadalasan, ang third row seats ng car of this class, napakasikip niya sa likod and usually just intended for kids. But with the Isuzu MU-X, kahit full-size adult ka, basta hindi ka naman basketball player na over 6 feet, perfect ito dahil ang ganda ng legroom mo, pati yung feet room mo maluwag, tapos headroom mo napakaluwag rin. In fact, this is probably one of the best 7-seater PPV-based SUV in its class for the third row seats. Paano naman ba ang driving ng Isuzu MU-X? Is it as good as how it looks? Is it as surprising as all the premium materials? Well, actually, yes. Hindi ko expect talaga that an Isuzu will drive like the MU-X. It's just such a refined car. Pag dinadrive mo to, you'll not think that it cost how much it does. It feels much more expensive than how much it really is. In this segment, normal lang ma-expect mo na napakatagtag, especially since naka 20-inch rims to. And ma-expect mo rin na if you're going a little bit on the higher side of speed na magiging napakaingay niya, especially for the diesel engine. But surprisingly, ang tahimik na to. Currently, nasa Tanay tayo and the engine has so much power. It's so quiet even we're going at really high speeds na. Tapos even when I took this out over to the highway, going at the speed limit, tire noise medyo rinig, but like wind noise and all that, like the noise insulation dito sa loob ng cabin, tahimik siya. It feels like a very, very premium vehicle. Since we're already here sa Tanay, one thing that you will be surprised with is the handling of this car. Of course, you will expect that in this segment, hindi ganun ka-direct ang steering. After all, it's not supposed to be like a sports car. It's not supposed to be some sporty crossover vehicle. But despite the steering being very vague and hindi mo alam where the front tires are pointing, the handling, like the chassis-wise and the suspension, it's actually pretty good. I would say that it is the best in its class when it comes to the handling. Engine-wise, if you do want to power through, this 3-liter engine proves to be very powerful. You step on the throttle and the transmission also picks best gear for you and napakalakas ng hatak, especially if you're alone in the car. Kung marami kayo, it's still very powerful, pero syempre iba pa rin yung feel na mag-isa ka lang dahil pag mag-isa ka, the torque in this one, yung hatak, napakalakas. Kailangan mo mag-overtake nito, tapakan mo lang yung pedal, ang lakas. Hindi ka mabibitin sa 3-liter engine na itong Isuzu MU-X. When you get on over to the city, may expect mo na dahil naka 20-inch rims to magiging matagtag siya. It's gonna be very similar to the Isuzu D-Max. But actually, no. Despite this car having 20-inch rims, yung tagtag niya is better than its competitors with smaller rims. That's how good the suspension is in the Isuzu MU-X. If you compare it to the Nissan Terra, yes, the Nissan Terra still is a little bit softer. It's a little bit more compliant for bad roads, but it makes up for it in terms of like noise insulation, because this noise insulation is also, well, among the best. If you do compare it to the Ford Everest though, with similar 20-inch rims, it actually rides even a bit better than that. So that's really how amazing this Isuzu MU-X is. Another thing that I'm not really fond of with the Isuzu MU-X, meron siyang driver assistance like adaptive cruise control and lane departure warning. It's a little bit too sensitive. So mag-veer off ka lang konti sa lane mo, especially sa highway when you're going fast, napakaingay niya, which is good, I guess. And if medyo lumapit ka lang dun sa kotse sa harap mo, magbi-beep na siya telling you to brake. Yes, I know, it's annoying. However, these are the things that could potentially save your life. So in that regard, I think that's a very good and a plus points for the Isuzu MU-X. One more thing that I noticed with the MU-X, compared to its competitors, you seem to ride a little bit higher. So mas kita mo yung kalsada in front of you. If you compare it, for example, to my daily driver, which is the Toyota Fortuner, this thing just feels a little bit more commanding. It simply gives you a better feeling. It has a better road feeling. It is just frankly better than the Toyota Fortuner. And now the question is, tatagal ba to just like Toyota Fortuner? Kasi alam naman natin, sikat ang reliability ng Toyota. Well, don't forget that this is an Isuzu, and an Isuzu diesel for that matter, which means this engine right here will go on and on and on. Isuzu, after all, is known for making their diesel engines and, well, their diesel workhorse trucks. So you know that this car could be at the same level of reliability as a Toyota Fortuner, if not even better. Kaya kung naghahanap ka ng that 7-seater SUV na reliable din, not necessarily na kailangan mo lang mag-Toyota, you finally have this really good and reliable option in the form of the Isuzu MU-X. Now, one question that a lot of people will want to know is, matipid ba ito sa gasolina or sa diesel? Dahil nagmamahal na ang mga presyo ng gasolina ngayon. Well, in the city, you're doing around 8 kilometers per liter. Pagdating mo naman sa highway, you can do around 17. Yes, it's only slightly better than the competition, but it really does add up in the long run. So, overall, it's marginally better, but still, it's not bad. And it is at minimum par for its course. Usapang pricing naman tayo. This Isuzu MU-X in this top-of-the-line 4x2 LSE trim is at 2,100,000 pesos. There is also the 4x4 version which costs a little more than that. Yes, I know it's a little bit on the higher side of the price range for its class, pero isipin mo naman, yung ibang kotse sa class na to, they are cheaper, but they don't give you the same amount of refinement. They don't give you the same technology. They don't give you the same feel. And they're also an older design. So with the price increase also comes with increase in everything else with the car. And if you also think about it, come time for those cars, for their facelift, for their new model, I'm sure the price will also increase to around the level of this car. So overall, the price increase is completely justified with the Isuzu MU-X. Now, what is my verdict with this car? Well, if you're looking for the best 7-seater SUV na diesel in this class that can also carry 7 people comfortably, that gives you a lot of refinement, a lot of technology, and a lot of actually good handling, then the Isuzu MU-X sa top-of-the-line 4x2 lang na LSE trim is one of probably the best 7-seater diesel SUVs that you can currently get in the Philippine market. Basta kotse, i-Automart na yan. Once again, this has been Kyle Leong from Automart.ph, and I will see you again in the next Automart.ph vlog. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and also share this video para mas marami pang makakita. Thank you for watching.